Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here this evening. Just a few housekeeping items before we do get started. There's a Q&A button located at the bottom of your screen, which you can use to ask questions to our presenters at any time. And if you do have a question for a specific college, be sure to mention that college within your question. Your camera and microphones are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many sessions happening this evening. After this session, there is one more additional hour, so definitely go check that out. And within about a week, this presentation's recording will be available at the same site where you registered. Now, without further ado, I'll turn it over to our first institution, which is the University of Tampa.
Hi everyone, welcome. I'm about to share my screen, so just give me a moment here. My name is Madison McGlone and I'm an undergraduate admissions counselor with the University of Tampa. We're located right in the heart of downtown Tampa, which is the west coast of Florida. We have about 9,600 students on our campus, about 1,000 of which are enrolled in our graduate school programs. And as a liberal arts university, we have a wide variety of offerings. We're also a private university, so we have same tuition no matter where you're traveling from. And we're an independent school, so we have no political or religious affiliations. We'd like to talk a little bit about what's going on in Tampa and Tampa Bay, the greater metropolitan area, because you might be a little unfamiliar with it. So we're a really fast growing city right now. There's lots of businesses and individuals moving down here, plenty going on within our arts and culture scene. And of course, our sports teams have been doing phenomenally lately, which we love to share. Our students have really enjoyed getting to rally around them and being able to watch the championship boat parades just along the river, which is along our campus, which is great. To talk a little bit more about our campus and the river, which is listed right there, this is an aerial view of our campus. What I love to know is that you're going to have the best of both worlds as a UT student. And what I mean by that is you're going to school in an urban environment, but you're not sacrificing a traditional college campus feel. As you can see, our campus is very centralized, walkable, accessible. There's no major roads cutting through it. You don't have to worry about public transportation, even though you're in a city. You don't have to worry about getting around in that regard. And we have a really dynamic learning environment here with students all over the world. We have all 50 states represented here on campus and 130 countries as well. And so that's important because you're going to be hearing from all different walks of life, whether it's in your residence halls, your classrooms, or your social organizations. At the liberal arts medium-sized school, we have classes sized for learning. Our average class size is around 21. We don't have major lecture halls serving hundreds of students that you might find at other schools or universities. So definitely, if you're interested in UT, we're looking for students who really value that smaller class size experience as well. Our faculty members are always leading our classrooms, never our graduate assistants or teachers' assistants, and 90% of our faculty have the terminal degree in their field. Again, as a liberal arts university, we have a wide variety of offerings. We actually offer over 200 major areas of study. So definitely check out our degree programs online to learn more about what we offer and if it's what you're interested in. Our career services team offers over 1,000 internships a year to our students through their platform Handshake. And as the only college or university right in the heart of downtown Tampa, our students really have first dibs and access when it comes to entertainment, internships, and so forth. And these are just a few of the companies here in Tampa Bay that our students have historically worked with. Now, we also offer study abroad to over 60 different countries, so check out our website to learn more about the countries you'll travel to, but I want to transition into campus life before we move on to the admissions process. UT Spartans who are successful here are independent, they're active, and they're metropolitan. What that really means is they're able to step away from their support system at home and really plug into our resources here and become engaged members of our community. We have 12 different residence halls and 27 dining options on campus. Here are just a few of our more popular options: Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, and so forth. And moving around Tampa, we have our fitness and recreation center renting bicycles and zip cars as well. This is a picture of that fitness and recreation center currently going under construction. And please reach out to our coaches if you're interested in any of our athletic teams. That can also be found on the website, which we'll be linking to. But I want to talk about applications. These are the 3 applications we accept and the items that we are going to need from you as a transfer student. Our average admitted transfer student has a GPA of 3.2. And this is our application period, so I really encourage you to apply early. When speaking about financial aid, we do offer scholarships for transfer students. They range from $6,000 to $9,000. And also, if you're part of Phi Theta Kappa, we do recognize that accomplishment, and you could qualify for a $1,000 scholarship as well. And you can actually get your application fee waived if you are a part of that. This is our average cost of attendance, our breakdown. Sorry for all the click-throughs. Didn't realize it was like that. Our breakdown for tuition and our average financial aid package listed below as well. And I'm going to be putting some helpful links in the chat after I wrap up here. Again, my name is Madison McGlone, but actually Samantha Speciale is handling our transfer students. I was just filling in for her tonight. So I'm going to put her email, my email, and also our transfer credit widget. So you can kind of look at the classes you're currently taking and how they would transfer over potentially here at UT. We're a really transfer friendly institution. So you'll find thousands of classes on that widget. And even if it's not listed on there, it doesn't mean that we won't take it. You just might be the first student coming in with that class from that particular institution. So again, I'm going to be putting that link, our degree programs, and both of our emails in the chat. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, and enjoy the rest of the presentations tonight.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Up next, we have Appalachian State University.
Thank you so much. I'll go ahead and share my screen as well. But thank you everybody for joining us this evening. We really appreciate you taking even more time on top of all of the Zooming that I'm sure everybody's doing recently. But thank you so much for allowing us the time to talk about Appalachian State University. My name is Presley Layton. So I serve as one of the transfer admission counselors, but also as one of the associate directors for transfer recruitment within our online and transfer services office at App State. So for those of you who may have not had the chance to visit the area before, App State is located in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina, and we are located specifically in the town of Boone, North Carolina. So our environment and our location, it really does lend itself to a lot of outdoor activities in the area, which is something that we're definitely very well known for. So from skiing to snowboarding, hiking, fly fishing, rock climbing, there's a whole long list of outdoor activities that you can do in our area. So from students to the locals in the area to tourists that are visiting the area frequently, we can all agree with each other that Boone is a great place to live, learn, explore, and have a great time. So with this connection to our environment and to our community comes a strong commitment to sustainability, which is one of our core values, which kind of alongside of our other core values of global learning, diversity and inclusion, as well as community engagement. We really try to instill those values in our students as they become new mountaineers at App State. So we were originally founded as a teachers college back in 1899, but we have grown quite a bit since that time. So we're proud to be a little bit of a larger school now with just over 20,000 students. And importantly for transfer students specifically, if you're looking for a really robust transfer community, you can definitely find that here, as 27% of all of our students at App State are transfer students. So there's definitely a large community here for you if that's something that you're looking for. So even with those 20,000 students that we have here, this university really does still have a smaller campus feel. I mean, I graduated from a high school of 62 students. So I was looking for something that was more along the medium size that felt more like a small environment, but that would have the opportunities that a really large institution would. So you can experience this small classroom vibe with our 16 to 1 student to faculty ratio. There's also an average class size of 28 students. And this allows you to build those meaningful connections, not only with your peers, but also with your faculty members, those professors that are teaching your classes. And you might have some transfer student mentors in your classes. You might have a professor who is a faculty transfer mentor. So we really try to focus on our transfer community at App State, but for whichever one of our 150 plus programs that we have here at App State that you plan to pursue, either on our main campus here in Boone or through App State Online, you can definitely expect to participate in some really amazing opportunities within your academic experience. And that's, you know, including but not limited to like research, study abroad, internships, and these things lead to some very promising careers after the fact. So definitely take a look at that 98% employed or grad school within a year after graduation stat there at the bottom. All right, so for the application process itself, for main campus admission, we are looking for a minimum of 24 transferable credit hours. That does include in-progress coursework and a 2.25 cumulative GPA based on all of your attempted coursework. For App State Online, although these same requirements do apply to those programs, there are specific program requirements for admission as well, depending on which major that you're pursuing through App State Online. So if you want to check those specific requirements out, you can go to online.appstate.edu to view those. And we admit students until the class is full. So it's rolling admission. So if you're interested in summer or fall of this year, we're still accepting applications. So you are more than welcome to apply. All right, so for students that might be in-state, out-of-state, looking to maybe live on campus or off campus, you can see that we are one of the most affordable institutions in the whole UNC system. And with App State Online, I do want to point out that it's per credit hour. So you can look at those in-state totals on the left side and out-of-state on the right side. And that does include textbook rental as well. That's a fee that's included, and it'll cover the majority of your textbooks as well. All right, so the Online and Transfer Services Office, which is the office that I'm a part of, we have a staff of 20 full-time people, and we're entirely dedicated to the transfer process and making sure that your transition from your current institution to App State is as seamless as it possibly can be. So we're here with you from the beginning of your application process all the way through graduation. And we're definitely proud to be a transfer and military friendly institution. We've just been named for the 5th year in a row on the Transfer Honor Roll, which serves to showcase universities nationwide that have a strong commitment to transfer students. And there's only 150 universities and colleges nationwide on that list. So we're definitely proud of that. So I had to offer that shameless plug there. And number 6 for military friendliness as well. So we look forward to getting to know you during your time here at App State. And one thing that we are definitely very excited about for this coming fall semester is our transfer hall. There will be close to 250 new and returning transfer students living there. So we're opening that up this year. And we do have tons of opportunities for you to get involved on campus with our 400+ clubs and organizations. Our open house virtually is this Saturday if you'd like to join us. And if anybody has any questions for us later on, just reach out to us and you can see our contact information at the bottom. Thanks so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much for that presentation. As a reminder for our attendees, if you do have questions, definitely don't hesitate to put those into the Q&A down below. Up next, we have Greensboro College.
Hi, everybody. My name is Zach Frone. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions at Greensboro College. I'm also the transfer counselor. Go ahead and share my screen real quick. Go ahead and get you through this presentation. All right, so Greensboro College, we have 38 undergraduate majors and 29 of those which can be minors. Our students represent about 30 states across the United States and 21 countries throughout the world. We have about 40% ethnic minority and multicultural student population, with a student total population right around 1,000 students. Typically within a fall semester of incoming class, 25% of those are transfer students. Our 38 majors are housed under 5 schools of study. Within that, we have 8 pre-professional programs, with some of our most popular majors being criminal justice, business, our education majors, biology, exercise sports studies, and our theater, music, and art programs. So big city connection. So Greensboro, North Carolina, we're the 3rd largest city within North Carolina. I like to coin it the Goldilocks city. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's kind of that right in between, but still growing cities. There's about 50,000 students in the whole city itself, or the whole region area of itself. So you're only 1,000 of that 50,000 students. So if you can't find something to do specifically on campus, just outside our walls, you're about 100 steps from downtown Greensboro, and you're relatively close to a large smaller private colleges. So being so close to downtown, our internships have great access into the different businesses that are specifically down there in Greensboro, North Carolina. The different restaurants, cafes, and culture and art that we have there. Tanger Performing Arts Center is something new that just came in. It's opening up hopefully this fall for off-Broadway shows, on top of the Greensboro Grasshoppers minor league baseball team, and some of the other revitalization that's going on with the downtown scene. So education made personal. So school of 1,000, your average class size sits right around 12. So you're not a number in a classroom. You are a name. Your professors and advisors will know you. There's keys into the amount of one-on-one support that you have the ability to get as well. So that average class size is from your general education courses all the way into your major courses. But specifically, if you are transferring in, have all of your general education requirements done, your specific cohort when getting in shrinks down even more. So that faculty student ratio sits right around 9-to-1. We are a UDL school, so Universal for Design Learning. We're one of a few schools that are specifically in the United States. And what that means is that everyone, like your fingerprint, is different. Everyone has their own learning style and the way of learning, a way of being successful while learning. And Greensboro College is committed, and our faculty is being trained to go through and be able to provide their curriculum to all sorts of learners. So everyone has the ability to be able to learn in their own style and be successful as that as well. So really thrives in an inclusive environment that we're trying to create here at GC. Our career enrichment program, so 99% of our students have to complete an internship or practicum before graduating. That 1% is within our theater, music, and arts program, which typically is a senior showcase, a senior recital, or a senior performance. First year experience is not something you need to know. The Sankofa Center for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion is something new that we have brought to our campus. Our transfer students do have the ability to enter the honors program. So if they are coming in at a certain time, so maybe just a year of community college or a year at another institution, you still have the ability to apply for the honors program, which involves a more rigorous general education curriculum. Personal enrichment and knowledge is where our tutorial services, our academic advising, and our student life is located. So everything one-stop shop in the main building for all your tutorial needs. So ways to get involved at GC, I always say with a smaller institution, it's not a place where you can go and hide. It's a place where you need to go get involved. There's about 15 organizations specifically on campus, a few of them being the Entrepreneurship Club with co-ops with our business program, which gets you in touch with a few organizations that are specifically downtown that are going towards startup companies. The Pride of the Pride, which are LGBTQ plus population on campus, the Collegian Newspaper, which co-ops with our Lyre, which is our literary magazine, the UAS, which is United African American Society, our Urban Garden, which co-ops with UNCG, we're growing food for the Greensboro City Food Bank, and then Village 401, which is our community service efforts on campus. We co-op with 3 specific schools, a school in England, Ireland, and Germany for our study abroad opportunities, but we do have access with the Greater Greensboro Consortium to the other institutions in their academic catalogs. So our study abroad options are relatively vast. So being able to utilize these schools nearby for more study abroad opportunities. We have 19 Division III sports. We are part of the USA South Conference. Women's wrestling has been our latest addition coming here in this past fall of 2020. We are one of the only Division III schools with women's wrestling in North Carolina. Our application process is free. So specifically for transfers, if you have 24 credit hours or more, we only ask for the official transcripts from all institutions that you have attended. If you have under 24 credit hours, we will still qualify you as a transfer student, but we will also need some high school materials. So your final high school transcript, a standardized test score, so an HT or SAT. If you weren't able to take one, we do also have the test optional application for our transfer students as well. And the Dean's form, which is just a basic student code of conduct form. Our traditional transfer students are qualified as 22 and under, and our adults are 23 and over. We are one of the cheapest private institutions in North Carolina, with our tuition being right around $19,000 before financial aid. Obviously, adding in room and board sits right around $29,000. We do offer scholarships for transfer students, so merit-based transfer scholarships, as well as associate's degree scholarships. Transfer policy for any school, I always encourage students to take a look at the academic catalog and see specifically what it is. The Office of the Registrar is always a great place to go. We do offer unofficial review of credits, so before applying, you can go through, send an unofficial transcript to get a review of your credits to see what specifically is going to be transferring. Like I said, I'm Zach Frohn, the Assistant Director of Admissions and the Transfer Counselors. If you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out and enjoy the rest of these presentations.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Up next, we have Life University.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to be able to speak with you all today. I am happy to present on behalf of Life University. My name is Sequin Barnes. I am an admissions counselor here and just very happy to serve you all. Let me go ahead and get this party started by sharing my screen. All right. Okay. All right, so Life University, as you take a look at the programs that are offered, main question that, a lot of students will ask, and just period, it's always good to wonder, especially with certain common degrees. It's like, why would I attend your school? What is it about Life University? What is it about your institution that makes you different from others? And why would I choose you? Simply put, Life University, the students that are attending here have enrolled based on our philosophy. And our philosophy is based on vitalism. So what's ingrained throughout our programs is the belief that the body can heal itself, develop itself, and maintain itself. And it's up to us as practitioners, as facilitators, as business owners, as just professionals in each of our individual fields to be able to provide the necessary information so that our bodies can function without interference. Let that be mentally, emotionally, physically, on all levels and all sorts of criteria, so that we can operate and function at our maximum potential. So again, the main reason that you would say, okay, hey, why do I want to pursue a standard degree that I can obtain at any other university? It's about the family and family atmosphere that's built on this campus based on common interests. It is holistic health. It's health sciences that are infused in all the programs, and just that information that's imparted to all of the students and throughout all the programs is actually quite essential. I wanted to just show you something very quickly. Okay. Sorry, YouTube has ads, so we'll skip that. Take a look at this.
We are not seeing a video or hearing sound, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? All right, sorry about that, you all. Okay, I was sitting here just enjoying it, thinking you all were enjoying it with me. All right, we'll proceed. Sorry about that. Okay, so one awesome thing about Life University is that we do operate on the quarter system here. And the basic structure is that you're taking classes every 3 months. You'll start a new set of classes in January, April, July, and October. And it's 10 weeks of classes. The 11th week is for exams. And then you'll have about 1 to 2 week break depending on the quarter and move into your next session. So the benefit of taking classes on a quarter system is that it enables you to finish your program a bit faster. So we have some students that will finish their program from start to finish. They'll finish their bachelor's degree within 3 years. And especially if you're looking to transfer some credits in and you are going into a quarter system, it may enable you to finish your program a bit faster if you choose to attend all year round. So it's something that you definitely want to consider, and we can definitely provide more information about that. As far as our application process, just standard as far as what you may have heard already throughout this particular session, we do require the official transcripts from your high school if you have less than 24 semester hours or less than 36 quarter hours of college credit. We also require the test scores, SAT or ACT, if you do have less than 24 semester hours of college credit. And then same as it was previously spoken, if you weren't able to take the test, we do have options available for as far as week fee waivers and waivers for the test scores. If you have 24 semester hours or 36 quarter hours of college credit or more, then all we need from you is the official college transcripts in order to submit your file for evaluation. And you are definitely able to submit an application for free. The fee waiver code is displayed there for your review, and you could submit that, at your convenience. And that way we'll be able to review your application and your documents as soon as you submit them right on in. One thing I did want to highlight as well is that we do have on-campus housing at our brand new facility at the new Common. So it's pretty awesome. Definitely want to encourage you all to check out the site. You can see some pictures there, but the virtual tour is pretty just magnificent and just displaying what is offered and, the different aspects of the facility that are available. And then that is pretty much it. I will go ahead and just close on out this presentation. Look forward to hearing from you all and appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our colleges that presented to us this evening. I'm going to invite them to come back for a quick round robin Q&A. So let me share my screen. So the first question they will be answering is, what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process? And we'll go in presentation order. So we'll start with University of Tampa.
Yeah, my biggest advice is just to attend sessions like this and, really speak with your admissions counselors at the specific schools you're looking at, because each of our requirements, especially for transfer, can be a little bit different, even though they are similar. So you just want to make sure that you've really, you've kind of gone through one institution or one school already. So just have a running list of what you're looking for, the questions to ask, so you can make sure you're getting the best information to make an informed decision for yourself.
Appalachian State.
Yeah, so just in a broader way of thinking about the transfer process, I kind of view that also as your transition into that new institution. So I tend to get on my soapbox about this, but involvement is going to be key to having the most robust experience that you can have. And that's going to allow you to integrate socially even more, gain leadership skills, transferable skills that you'll use in your job afterwards. So needless to say, you can tell that I'm a strong advocate for involvement. So definitely make that a priority for yourself as you start your new school.
Greensboro College.
Definitely echo what my two colleagues had just said, but definitely just do your research. If you are looking in the transfer, whether it be for a sport or if you're just trying to go closer to home, do your research. And on the classes that you've taken so far, I know some schools, I know Appalachian State had their own portal where you can put in a certain class code and you'll be able to spit out, okay, what it would have transferred over at Appalachian State. So the academic catalog, like I said, is a huge component of every school. Every school has that publicly put out there. So you can go through and see what the transfer policy is specifically, talk to the transfer admissions counselor, and then just figure out, okay, what of my credits are actually going to transfer and what aren't going to transfer. That's kind of always a big piece. You don't want to waste a couple, 2 years at a school and then go somewhere else where you're starting completely over again. So do your research is always one of the big pieces.
Life University.
My goodness, I mean, everything was spoken so awesomely. It's like, what is there left to say? But I would just say, just based on my experience with working with students and when they do come, what they're interested in is to see about speaking with someone that actually works in the department of your major, a professor, a department chair, just being able to actually talk with someone and say, okay, what does my future look like after I've graduated? And just kind of gauge, what does the school have to offer you? And to be able to say, okay, what does your career and what does your academic status look like once you've reached those higher levels, your junior and senior level? We know a lot of people that, think that they want to do a particular career or major. And then once they kind of get into the nitty gritty of it, it's like, I don't want to do this. So, I mean, I just would just definitely recommend, as you are doing everything that was spoken here previously, your research, also just try to speak with your actual department of interest, just to gauge how much they're going to work with you all and actually set you up for your academic and career success once you've graduated.
Thank you guys for that advice. We do have some time left, so I'll do one more question. And that is, what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus? And we'll once again start with University of Tampa.
Yeah, so I kind of already hinted at it, but I just love all the events that happen along the river. We're really lucky to be right on the river, the Hillsborough River that runs through downtown Tampa. So this past year we had the Stanley Cup and the Super Bowl championship parades through the river, and the players were literally, within a stone's throw from our students here on campus. Also during St. Patrick's Day, we haven't been able to do this the past 2 years, but they dyed the river green. During Christmas, they had a boat parade where boaters will decorate their boats and lights and, blow up Santas and things like that, and all different holiday gear. So there's just a lot of events that take place downtown along the riverside that are great for our students to become a part of and bring them into the greater downtown community.
Appalachian State.
Yeah, so one of my favorite events or traditions, I guess you could say, on campus is the polar plunge. I'm sure that this is pretty common around multiple institutions, but in Boone, we're about 3,333 feet above sea level, so we get a lot of cold weather. So that polar plunge really is the polar plunge, and it is an event to raise money to support our Watauga County Special Olympics. And we have tons of students taking the plunge in Duck Pond right below the football stadium. So that's always one of my favorites to watch, and those reactions, especially as they're surfacing from the water, needless to say.
Greensboro College.
So definitely a little different landscape of college this year with COVID, but one of my favorite, and I am an alumni of Greensboro College, one of my favorite things, and has been a pretty standing long tradition, is just bingo night. There's always been awesome door prizes, and there's also been awesome, just great, those end prizes like gaming consoles, computers, things like that. So that was always one of the biggest things that I enjoyed on campus, and it's one of those traditions that's kind of held true through its time, and students really enjoy it.
And Life University.
So of the many events that we do host, one of the most awesome that I think is great for our students is basically just the first week of each quarter, and it depends on which day they host it. So if it's Monday, it's called First Monday. If it's on Thursday, it's called First Thursday. But each quarter, the first week of that quarter, it's basically just like a open forum where all of the clubs on campus come out, all the different organizations are represented. And so it's just an awesome opportunity just to see people that you obviously haven't met yet, or just to find out information about some organizations and clubs that you may not have known existed on campus. So it's a great time to socialize. The faculty and staff are out there as well, and they have really good food. You gotta love food at an event. So I usually host different type of just cultural, different experiences, and it's just an awesome experience just to be able to fellowship, come together, get to know each other, and actually learn about what is on the campus.
Wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback you can give us. This is also just one of many sessions happening. There is an additional hour next, so definitely go check it out. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording at the same site where you registered. Again, thank you for joining us and have a great evening.
Thank you.